Hey everyone, welcome back to the Adventure Channel. So I was watching the victory celebration earlier today from the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, this is in Missouri. And apparently there was an uproar or something happened, and newscasters didn't know what was going on at the time. They just saw people running back and forth. And then consequently, apparently there was a shooting or whatever that took place, and there was a big scramble. People were running all over the place. So I wanted to provide some of that video footage today because I know some of the people haven't actually seen it. It really hasn't been talked about too much on the media. I believe a couple of people were shot. I think some kids got injured, and they were looking for the assailants. And you just saw cops running around all over the place at Grand Central Square, where they were having their victory celebration today. Really unfortunate. I know a lot of people, were traveling to went to Las Vegas to see the Super Bowl, and then some people that I knew flew out there. But I know some people out there in Missouri. Glad they're safe, but just definitely wanted to provide some of the footage and coverage in terms of what was going on. Really unfortunate situation there, but hopefully they found the individuals. Don't know exactly what happened, but we do know it was confirmed that there was a shooting there in Missouri. So you guys could take a look here at some of the footage, but let's just hope and pray that everybody is safe.
Exactly why and what's happening right here. Of course, we've got crews, boots on the ground, trying to work to figure out exactly what's in place. And once we learn more, we'll be sure to let you know.
All right, we're going to toss things back to the studio now. We have members standing by, and they're going to take over just so we can kind of get the lay of the land out here, guys.
All right, thanks, guys, for that. So there's some sort of situation that happened at the conclusion of the Chiefs Kingdom Champions Parade there at Union Station near the World War I Museum and Memorial. We're still trying to figure out what happened. There were some reports that there was a little bit of running out there, but the crowd does seem pretty subdued, like they're trying to move. So give us a little bit of time to figure out if this was something involving violence or if it was a medical emergency. It looks like they're trying to make some space and way for crews to get in there and do some work, Cameron.
And we know police are looking into it. We also have our crews making calls. We have people here at the station making calls,
and
trying to get that information. Yep, right
here.
So
here's a live picture. So it does look like there are people running, coming out. A lot of... So again, just by the number of people, you can tell that this is at the conclusion of the parade, right? So this looks like this may have happened when people were trying to disperse. There's
police
law enforcement
rushing right there.
Rushing in, and it looks like people are getting inside the building. So we are really unsure about what transpired and where it happened. But again, a scary situation at the end of a gorgeous celebration of the world champion Kansas City Chiefs. You still see law enforcement. They're hopping fences and barricades, trying to move quickly. This is something that we're definitely going to keep an eye on. As you can imagine, you've been watching our coverage all day. We have tons of crews there, so we're going to work to bring you the very latest details and not report anything until it is confirmed.
And you can tell that police are taking this seriously in the fact of how many officers are rushing into that building right there. I mean, I've counted a couple dozen, I think, at least right there.
I mean, and imagine the shift you have to make to go from smiling and cheering and waving with fans and both inside the building and out beyond the barricades.
Just a scary situation. I mean, this was such a joyous day. We had perfect weather we were talking about. And then you have to switch quickly to address something. We don't know what that something is just yet.
And as you can see, they're trying to direct people to get outside of the barricades there and give those officers time to work. You see kids there. You see families there packing up and trying to leave the site. Now, this looks like it may be a bit of a medical emergency. There's someone on the ground. And they're trying to work to help this family and get everything
Officers
under control.
comforting those children right there. We don't know exactly what's going on right there.
And here are people running out of Union Station. So that leads us to believe that something may have transpired inside the building there. Oftentimes, that's a place where people is a bit of a holding area before the parade for all the dignitaries and the players and the fans and the families. And these folks are running out. It looks like a bit of a panic situation. You can see the frenzy in her eyes.
You can. She's rushing to maybe tell other people.
Our crews are doing the best they can. Everyone at home who's watching. We're working to confirm some things with law enforcement and figure out exactly what happened, because it appears that officers have moved in a lot of different directions all at once immediately at the conclusion of the parade. You see them there with weapons drawn. Here's a live picture coming at us right now. They're asking people to get down. They're asking people there at the parade to get down at the site. We see weapons drawn from multiple officers here. This looks like a pretty volatile situation.
We just got some information from police about 2 minutes ago, reading this from my email. This was from their spokesperson saying they're gathering information regarding a shooting near the parade route, and they clarified this was not an officer-involved shooting.
Now we see members of law enforcement kind of gathering in this one area, and they're taking those stairs down. This situation appears to be far from over. You can just tell by the heightened sense of urgency by law enforcement there and the way they're trying to direct families and fans and people who were there at the parade to go ahead and move out of the way and give them some time to work.
No doubt trying to clear the scene, I would imagine, to give law enforcement, first responders some room as they try to address what's going on here.
There are still tens of thousands of people here at the parade route. And as you can imagine, trying to move all of those folks through barricades, road closures, and everything that entails can be a bit of a struggle. All right, we're starting to see more officers moving through. This feels like a really chaotic scene. A lot of paramedics. Officers still jumping those barricades. And it's difficult to see exactly where, if it happened near the parade route, exactly where this all transpired.
Because we saw people going in and out of Union Station, but we don't know if it happened in there or on the parade route. I think that's something we're also trying to work and find out.
This may take a while. You have to also imagine when officers are trying to describe who they're looking for, what they're looking for, nearly everyone down there is wearing Chiefs gear. Most people are wearing the color red, so it can be tough to go ahead and filter through that crowd and find out what's going on.
And I would imagine what we're seeing, since we already had so many police officers down there, so many first responders, police were able to respond in a matter of seconds right there. Again, we are trying to work and find out some more information about what transpired here, but a police spokesperson did tell us just minutes ago they're gathering information regarding a shooting near the parade route. And to clarify, this was not an officer-involved shooting. So we're looking to get more information about what that entails, if anyone was hurt or if this was simply shots fired. But again, a scary situation on what was a day to celebrate.
This is a live picture at the scene there. And this camera is in the exact space where our crew was reporting live and covering the parade and bringing you all that great coverage. And so now things have, of course, taken a turn. It looks like they're trying to get folks out of the perimeter there. Not only law enforcement, but military members there. You see some of those fans running, just trying to get in the right place. Okay, so in a situation like this, generally when there is a shooting or a suspected shooting in an area where you have a large crowd and a large group of folks, you're going to see those officers coming together, trying to huddle up, come up with a strategy and figure out what to do. We see those ambulances coming. We've already seen paramedics there rushing into Union Station, walking around outside on the front lawn. But now they're bringing in 1, 2, or is that, it looks like 3.
3 right there. And to be clear, we are not sure if anybody was hurt. This may be precautionary just to have them on standby. But if someone was hurt, these ambulances are going to be ready to go.
I mean, you just see so much uncertainty. It feels so chaotic out there. Officers with weapons drawn, even now. This is a situation that we definitely will be keeping an eye on, continuing to follow. This is also a situation where information can be hard to receive in a moment like this, because law enforcement is working an active scene here and really trying to assess what's happening.
And something else we're trying to figure out, how many people were involved here? How many people were hurt? Because you had so many families out there today. I mean, we're talking thousands of people all in one spot spread across downtown.
Kansas City Fire Department has just alerted us there was a shooting somewhere near or at the parade route this morning. And they're trying to assess all those questions, Cameron, that you just mentioned. If there are any injuries, how many people are injured, how many people were involved, who was involved, and what suspects look like in a situation like this.
And this is a situation that changes by the minute, if not the second, as they try to gather more information and assess the scene.
You can only imagine the feeling and the hearts of all of those people who are leaving the parade route, celebrating the Kansas City Chiefs on a gorgeous day in February, to now hear the news that there's been a shooting at the rally, according to Kansas City Fire Department.
You got to feel for these families, too, who You know, for some of them, it may have been their first parade they've ever attended, and now they're trying to get out of the way. They're trying to think of what's going on here as well. We're trying to get that information for you. Again, Kansas City Fire Department saying a shooting at the rally. The exact location, we're not sure.
It's such a jarring scene to have red and gold confetti flying around as we're trying to assess details and get more information about a shooting on a day like today.
A day to celebrate turning into such a scary day.
You see, they were able to get those ambulances in. Now they're open in the back. Now I'm wondering, it is a little bit tough to see. We're bringing you live pictures. And of course they are there right across on the front street from Union Station, right there off of, okay, here's the driver getting to the front here and opening the back of that very first ambulance there on your screen, mostly in the center of the frame in the shot there.
So 3 ambulances in position. They're open.
Rolling out stretchers.
Yep. Ready to go for anyone who may have been hurt in all of this.
But it looks like there's a direction that this is being pushed toward. And speaking of direction, you see just how many people were out there down at that site. What a dangerous situation this would have been.
Tens of thousands of them. They're all trying to get out, head home, and just clear the scene so police can assess the situation and work and do their job here.
We are getting some questions asking about our crew, our KSHB 41 team. Everyone is well and just really working to bring all of you at home the most updated information about this situation, whatever context, whatever clarity we can as we get it from Kansas City Fire Department, Kansas City Police Department, and our local officials.
And we continue to make those calls, send those emails. We have crews on the ground. Every one of our crews is safe. They are assessing the situation as well, trying to gather that information on the ground.
It looks like first responders are now working to get someone onto that stretcher. Now, no word if this scene here that's on your screen right now is connected to a shooting, but it looks like that is some blood there. But again, there could be all manner of medical emergencies, a lot of things that require first responders. We're just trying to show you what's happening in the area where Kansas City Fire Department has told us there was a shooting.
And again, first responders putting one woman onto a stretcher. We're working to see if this is connected, in fact, to the shooting at the rally, but we did see some blood, as Dia just mentioned.
Our Daniela Leon just tweeted she's unsure of what's happening, but she's seeing multiple people being carried away in ambulances right now there at the scene. And so we're trying to get as much information as we can and bring it to you live here as they're bringing one person back to that ambulance to get some medical attention.
Kansas City Police tweeting in just the last few minutes saying shots have been fired around Union Station. Please leave the area. They then went on to say officers are working to clear Union Station itself. That's probably why we saw so many people rush inside to clear anyone inside of Union Station. We will release everyone inside the building once that is complete. We are still trying to determine the number of shooting victims.
Which you hate to be in a situation like that, because that means there could be more than one victim in a situation like this.
And I think that's what they're trying to figure out. How many people were hurt in this shooting right here? Was it one or multiple?
And how many people were involved? That's also something that is very important. We have Kevin Holmes on the phone right now. Kevin, tell us what you're seeing.
They just said over the loudspeaker to exit in an orderly fashion. I see several police officers making their way here. We actually saw a stretcher as well. One of our crew members saw a stretcher just a short while ago. Hey, I'm here with several members of the KSHB 41 crew. We're actually on the ground. We've taken cover actually in front of the desk where we've been broadcasting here with Union Station and the stage as the backdrop right now. We're just trying to make sure we get the all clear and are able to go to safety. But literally, a stone's throw from where I'm at, I'm talking about maybe 10 to 12 feet. I just saw an officer with his long gun drawn, and they are walking towards the lawn, the north lawn of the World War I Memorial. It's unclear exactly what happened. We confirmed, though, that there is a shooting. We don't know exactly if anyone was shot, how many people were shot. We are hearing unconfirmed reports of that, but we don't know exactly. But no doubt, definitely scary, frightening moments. I mean, these are moments where literally I'm here with, Mackenzie, Nelson, Gian, Kim.
Ladies and gentlemen, the parade has ended. Please, for your safety and the safety of others, leave the area in an orderly fashion. Thank you.
As we were live on